Hi, I'm Dan Housem. I'm here to have another video with you in our practical prayer series as part of our powerful prayer for the year. And today I'm outside in nature with you. There's something about nature that draws and calls to our hearts. I mean, think about the places that you go to vacation, right? We go to the beach, we go to the mountains, we go to lakes, we go to parks to find places to be able to relax and enjoy ourselves. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that nature always wears the colors of the Spirit. So there's something about nature that draws out and that we communicate. So regardless of what color it is that works for you, whether it's at nighttime to be able to look at the stars, or whether it's to go to the ocean and listen to the roar of the waves, or maybe to go by some moving water and to hear a babbling brook, or to go to the serenity of a desert, or do like me and come hug a tree. Regardless of what it is that you do, there's something about coming out to nature that allows us to be the people and relax and be who it is that we really want to be. And you know, I think it's also to allow us to be the people that God meant for us to be. See, I want you to think about this for a minute. We were born in a garden. We were created outside in the Garden of Eden. And when we come out here, it's something more to the environment we were always meant to be in. We've created concrete jungles with structures, with buildings and office space and cubicles and paved roads and cars that we drive in. And we've built those things and we've centered our life to be in those things, but this is actually where we were created to be. So I think there's an opportunity for us to be able to commune with God in a way outside that we can't get anyplace else. Luke 5:16 says that Jesus frequently went into the wilderness to pray. But he had something in mind when he did that, and I want us to be able to think about that and maybe make that part of our day. But like I said, there's a concrete jungle that we live in that we need to be able to come out to and be part of here. So when we're doing that, there needs to be transition time. So when you're planning your event, I want you to think about giving yourself time. When I do this, I take 2-3 hours and leave in my schedule because it takes time to be able to do the transition from one environment to my new environment, and for me to be able to achieve that quiet and stillness and solitude that I'm looking for. I've spent some time wrestling with what solitude means to me, and I've come up with 5 things that if I can bring these 5 things to bear, I am able to achieve this moment of solitude and restoration that I can't get anywhere else. So one of the things that I need is to be outdoors. Being outdoors is part of me achieving solitude. And I'm spending time with God. So my Bible and my journal is part of my journey outdoors. So those are 3 things. But the last 2 are the ones that I need you to think about and wrestle with. One of them is being able to be myself. Part of the magic of solitude for me is that I'm able to just relax. I'm not performing for anybody. I don't have a task to do. I'm not trying to achieve anything else but be myself. Now, maybe that means I go alone, but there's a group of people that I can just be transparent and be myself with. So sometimes when I'm going to have my moment of solitude, there's a few people that I could go do that with, close friends. But most of the time, maybe it is by myself. The other thing that I need to be able to achieve my solitude is mental stillness. And that goes back to the transition. That it takes time for us to be able to let go of all the things that are bouncing in our head. So you can't do this in the office space where you work because there's a meeting to be done, there's a project, there's paperwork that you need to fill out, there's emails that need to be read, phones to be answered. You can't achieve mental stillness there. You can't do it at home because there's laundry to be done, there's lawn to be mowed, there's doors to be answered, there's cleaning to be done. You can't do it at home. We need to get away from those environments and separate ourselves so that we can achieve that mental stillness. And that's part of the transition that we need to do. So I want you thinking about those things as you start to put together what might look like some solitude in the woods for you. I'm calling it Solitude in the Woods because that's where I do it, in the woods. So besides that, the last practical thing I want to do is let's just talk about what it is that we bring with us. So I have a backpack with me that I would bring stuff with. So let's just look at some of the things I have in my backpack. One of them is a bottle of water. Yum. And of course, I'm going to go outside and spend some time with God. I bring coffee. Duh. I bring my Bible. I bring my journal. Oh, and you know what? I bring a rain poncho. I don't want the weather to impact my ability to have a good time with God. See, some of the most beautiful times I've had in my solitude in the woods, spending time with God, has been when it's raining outside, or even when I go out and it's snowing. And there's parks that I know that I can go, and there's a pavilion that I can go hang out there and spread out my paper and just enjoy the rain. So don't forget to have the right gear with you. But like the Swedish saying says, dat fin dalig kling vader, bättre dalig kläder. Don't forget that. And we're going outside. Bring some bug spray. I hang out in the woods. It might not be a bad idea to use some bug spray, right? There's issues with ticks and bugs. Have some bug spray. If you're going out to the beach and you're going to be outside, bring suntan lotion, right? We're talking about spending hours outside. So be pragmatic, plan ahead, and have these things with you. And if you're doing it at night, bring a flashlight. I got this cool little flashlight. It clips on the bill of your hat, right? Is that cool or what? If you're the hunter guys all are going nodding to the people next to them, yeah, I already got one of those. But this is a cool thing to do. And I have a backpack that I use to carry these things around with me. Now, I hope that you would take this moment and just be inspired and think for a moment about what you can do to be outside, to be able to allow His creation to be able to speak to you for your prayer time. How cool would it be to start your prayer time with a chorus of worship? Psalm 19:1 says that the heavens declare the glory of God. And when you get to go outside and just be still, man, let nature start your prayer time by singing praises to God. Now, I hope that you give that some thought. Thanks for spending this time with me.